This video is brought to you by Ageless Geeks.
Cowabunga dudes and dudettes, this is Anthony, aka Batbomb82, and today I'll be doing a review of the DC Multiverse Signature Collection, Lynda Carter Wonder Woman. Now, taking a look at the front, we can see that the figure is showcased in the standard Signature Collection window box packaging. Turning the box around, we can see an image of the figure, and on the left, we have images of Batman and the Flash from the respective lines. So with the box out of the way, let's crack this figure open and see what we have inside. And here is Lynda Carter out of the box. And man, this is actually a pretty good figure from Mattel. Now, that's not to say this figure doesn't have some problems, which it does, but overall, this is still a very beautiful display piece. They captured Lynda Carter's likeness almost perfectly. I love the paint apps, and overall, she's just a beautiful action figure to have in your collection. But before we take a closer look at the figure, let's take a look at the accessories. So Wonder Woman does come with a decent amount of accessories. Starting off, she comes with a cardboard background with an image of Lynda Carter, a DC stand with multiple foot pegs, a flight stand, her cape, and 4 interchangeable hands. So with the accessories out of the way, let's take a closer look at Lynda Carter Wonder Woman. Alright guys, now let's take a closer look at Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman! Ow! I freaking love this figure. This is actually a really nice and well done figure from Mattel. Now that's not to say it doesn't have some problems, because it does, but this is still very nicely done for the most part, and a really cool display piece. So I have her with her cape on right now, and it's just a big flowing cape. I just love how that worked out. That looks great. The colors of that just look fantastic. She wore the cape very rarely, but it was pretty iconic, and I like the fact that they actually included this. And it just ties with a little string right there. You just kind of tie it around across her like chest and whatnot, and that works out actually very, very nice. So you just take that off like so. Just pull that however you like. It's pretty easy to get on, you know what I mean? It's kind of tricky to get positioned in a proper way that you'd like, but it does work out fairly nice. So one thing I will say about this figure, the head sculpt is fantastic. I think that is a great interpretation of Lynda Carter. I think they nailed that head sculpt. Just looks good. Her cheekbones and her jaw structure and whatnot. Those beautiful blue eyes, I think that worked out great. Just very, very well done. What Mattel has done here with the sculpting, the hair looks really nice, all the curls and whatnot. I like that a lot. The paint apps came out really, really good for the most part. The golds throughout the entire figure are really nice. I love the golds. The stars right here on her crotch piece are actually sculpted, not just like, tampoed on. Those are actually sculpted stars, which I think is really, really neat. Same thing with the red stars right there on her bracers and whatnot. I think the boots came out really nice and clean. One thing we have noticed is that her knee caps, I don't know if you can tell them on camera here, but they are a slightly different color from her actual skin tone, so it almost makes it look like she's wearing knee pads a little bit, but you could probably get away with it, and you might not notice, and again, you might, so it really depends. I have noticed some paint errors, like on the back right here and whatnot. There's like a little streak of red, I'm sure I can fix that and whatnot. And then same thing on her butt cheek right there, little white smudge just below that star. So that's stuff that can be fixed, but still looks very, very nice for the most part. Again, so we do get that cape. We also do get some interchangeable hands. We do get 2 close-fisted hands, and we do get 2 gripping hands. Now, one thing that's a little disappointing, she doesn't come with anything to really grip. So she has these gripping hands, but she doesn't come with like an extra lasso for her to wield. She just has the one right here tied to her hip. and that's all we really get. So that's a little disappointing. You know, Wonder Woman should always have at least an extra lasso for her to actually hold on to, you know what I mean? So that's, like I said, a little disappointing on that. We do get this backing right here with an image of Lynda Carter from that classic Wonder Woman TV show. It just says DC Multiverse right there. Wonder Woman wording across the back, and on the back you just see DC Multiverse in that black and gold. We also get the stand right here, which is very nice. It says Wonder Woman, the DC logo printed on there. We open this up, and you can actually store your extra accessories, like the extra pegs in there, like so. Those are extra foot pegs. You know, put the extra hands in there like that. That works out pretty nice. You just do this, close that up, and then stand her on that. You can also take this little black piece off right here, and then attach this arm like so, and then you can actually peg that into a back peg hole like that, and you can have it as a type of flight stand, so you can kind of have her off the ground like that if you really want to. So that's an option that you would, you know, you're lucky to have. You know, I like the fact that Mattel's at least trying in some way to, you know, make these figures better, because, you know, I do think they lack in a lot of areas. So I like the fact that they're adding certain things like that. Again, really cool accessory, and the stand and whatnot, and the options that you have with it. Just really need her lasso. That's one thing that's really, really disappointing with this particular figure. I mean, she's beautiful, I will say that, but she does lack accessories in that area. All right, so let's take a look at the articulation, because, again, it is a hit and miss with this particular figure. So the head can turn left and right a bit, not a whole lot because of the way the shape of the hair is. It kind of hits the shoulders and whatnot, so be careful with that. It doesn't really go up and down, doesn't really bobble, again, mostly because in the sculpt of the hair. Arms can go full 360, up and out that far, rotation at the bicep. We get a single bend at the elbow, and it's not even 90 degrees. And you can actually even bend it the other way to look like it's broken. So that's a really weird joint that they did there. I'm not sure why they did that particular design. It just does not work well. So, you know, you can't bring her arms across her chest all that well and whatnot. That's actually really disappointing. That yeah, I mean, if it's at least a single jointed, it should do at least 90 degrees, and that can't even do that. So yeah, shame, shame, shame. Rotation at the wrist as well as a hinge at the wrist, so that works out really nice. We do get a swivel at the waist. We do get an ab crunch, which is very nice. That tends to lack in a lot of female figures, but, you know, Mattel tends to do a very good job with that, so that works out very nice. Got hip joints and kick forward that much. Back, not so much at all, because she's got a fat booty right there. We do the splits, very nice all the way out, which is pretty good. That was a really, really nice joints. This hip joint does not rotate. It is pretty stuck. This one does rotate like that. Probably have to run that in hot water to actually get that to move, but that one's pretty stiff. Now these knee joints, damn, look at that, double knee joints. She can kick her own butt. I mean, that is a really solid knee joint. One of the most, you know, solid knee joints I've seen. You know, it's a little ugly right here because it comes pretty flat, but that's a lot of motion in there. We get rotation at the ankle, as well go up and down, and a slight ankle rocker. So overall, I do think this is a nice display piece. You're not going to get a ton of posing out of it. You're not going to get a lot of whole options as far as like action poses and things like that. But she does look gorgeous. She looks just like Lynda Carter, and I think this is one of the best likenesses that Mattel has ever done. She's incredibly gorgeous, and I think she is definitely a must-get. So for a quick size comparison, here she is standing next to a Marvel Legends Deadpool figure, as well as a DCUC Batman figure. And for your Wonder Woman comparison, here she is standing next to a Mezco 112 Collective Gal Gadot Wonder Woman and DC Multiverse New 52 Wonder Woman. And just for fun, here she is standing next to little Lego Bat Bomb. So there it is, guys, my review of the DC Multiverse Signature Collection Lynda Carter Wonder Woman. Now overall, I think this is a beautiful piece that for the most part Mattel has done a really good job. The likeness is almost perfect. The sculpt and the paint apps are very well done. However, her articulation is very lacking and very awkward in some ways. I love the big colorful cape that she comes with. However, I do wish she came with an extra lasso for her to actually hold. So it really depends on how much you love Lynda Carter in order for you to want to add this figure to your collection. I think she's an awesome action figure, and I think she will look gorgeous on your shelf. So I give this figure a rating of 3.5 bad bombs out of 5. So please comment, like, and subscribe. Stay nerdy, my friends. Peace.